Welcome back to Google Class. Dear students, how are you? Today I am going to discuss with Transfer of Property Act. The continuous of the same section last video class under section 108. Okay. Now under section 108 subclass K to subclass Q. This subclass K to subclass Q explain about liabilities of the lessee. Liabilities of the lessee. What are the liabilities of the lessees? Number one, here K explain about duty to K means 108 subclass K explain about duty to disclose a fact materially increasing the volume of the leasehold. 108 subclass K explain about duty to disclose a fact materially increasing the value of the leasehold. 108 subclass I explain about duty to pay rent. 108 subclass M explain about duty to keep and restore the property in a good condition. 108 subclass N duty to give notice to the lessor of any proceeding to recover the property or any encroachment upon if he comes to know of it. And section 108 subclass O duty to use the property reasonably. Section 108 subclass P not to erect any permanent structure without the lessor's consent except for agricultural purposes. Section 108 subclass Q duty to restore possession to the lessor on the determination of the lessee. Okay, this is what explaining about liabilities of the lessee. We'll discuss one by one from K to Q liabilities. Okay, section 108 clause K explain about duty to disclose. What are the duties? The duty under this class is exactly similar to the duty of purchaser under section 58 subclass 5 of subclass A. Okay, the failure to disclose here, however, is not fraud as in the case of a purchaser, and therefore the lessor on such a failure cannot sue to set aside the lease. Okay, his only remedy is to sue for damages. That's all. Section 108 subclass I explain about duty to pay rent. What are the duty to pay rent? A duty to pay rent is a necessary incident for every lessee, every lease, and the amount to be paid as such is usually stated in the lease. In this, such duty begins not from the date of the execution of the lease, but from the date the lessor puts the lessee in possession, and the lessee must pay it without any demand from the lessor. Okay, section 108 subclass M explain about duty to keep and restore the property in repair. Okay, duty to keep and restore the property in repair. This clause refers to, okay, this clause refer to permissive waste, while class subclass 0 to voluntary waste. Waste in law is an unauthorized act of a tenant in possession which tends to the destruction of the tenement or otherwise to the injury of the inheritance. Here, section 108 subclause M cast on the tenant a liability of a limited nature in the matter of the repair of the demised premises. Okay, that's all. Unless there is any contract to the contrary in every lease, it is implied that lessee is to maintain the property in the same condition in which he received it and to restore the same to the lessor on the termination of the lease, subject to reasonable wear and tear. This duty may involve repairs to the property and lessee is bound to do them. It is to be decided as what was the condition of the property when it was leased out. Okay, and section 108 subclause N explain about N. Duty to inform on the title being in jeopardy. I think you know meaning of the jeopardy. Okay. This clause is also merely reproduces the law existing prior to the act. This clause casts a duty upon the lessee to inform every development on the ground which he feels may injure the title or interest of the lessor, so that the lessor may protect his interest. A lessee is further bound to inform the lessor when he becomes aware of any proceeding to recover the property or any part thereof, or of any encroachment made upon or any interference with the latter's right concerning such property. Okay, this is said to be correlative to the lessor's covenant for quiet enjoyment. The lessee must discharge his duty, and then it is for the lessor whether to protect his own interest and to safeguard himself against the result of eviction, which in some cases may be even collusive. And section 108 subclause O explain about duty to use the property reasonably. Okay, what are the duty to reasonable? The lessee is to use the demised premises as a person of ordinary prudence will use them if they were his own. This clause itself lays down what he should never do while using it. He must not, condition number 1, use or permit another to use the property for a purpose other than that for which it was leased, or number 2, fell or sell timber, or number 3, pull down or damage buildings belonging to the lessor, or number 4, work mines or quarries not open the lease was granted. Number 5, commit any other act which is destructive or permanently injurious. And section 108 subclause P explain about duty not to erect permanent structures. If any one of the person to erect permanent structures, what will happen? The design and structure entirely damage. Okay, here there are numerous authorities dealing with the how question whether the structure is a permanent structure or not should be determined, but no hard and fast test can be laid down for determining that question, and the answer shall depend on the facts of the case. Okay, and this class prohibits leads from erecting any permanent structures on the leased property except with the consent of the lessor. If he does otherwise, then this become a ground for ejectment. He is only entitled to remove them under subclause H if he can without damaging the demised property. If the property be agricultural, he can erect structure for agricultural purposes and no consent of the landlord is necessary. Okay, now it's clear. And last section, last class, not section, last class, the same section only. Section 108 subclause Q explain about duty to restore possession. Duty to restore possession. Here, the last duty of lessee is to hand over vacant possession of the property to the lessor on the termination of the lease in any manner whatever. If therefore the property is in possession of sublease, the lessee must turn him out, otherwise the landlord may maintain a suit for ejectment against the sublease or sublessee and recover damages from the lessee, including the cost of the ejecting the former. In case there are several lessors, vacant possession may be given to any one of them unless a partition has been effected between them and the lessee knows about it. On the other hand, where there are several joint lessees, if one of them fails to give vacant possession, all will be liable in damages unless others have not assented to the holding over of the property. Okay. In Supreme Court gave decision about Pandit Kishan Lal case. Okay. In this case, tenancy, except where it is a will, may be terminated only on the expiry of the period of notice or duration specified under the contract, custom or statute governing the premises in question. Okay. But a tenant does not absolve himself from an obligation of his tenancy by intimating that as from a particular date he will cease to be in occupation under the landlord, and someone else whom the landlord is not willing to accept will be the tenant. It is one of the obligation of a contract of tenancy that the tenant will, on determination of the tenancy, put the landlord in possession of the property demised unless possession is delivered to the landlord before the expiry of the period of the request notice. The tenant continues to hold premises during the period as tenant. Okay, student, this is what explain about section 108 of the Transfer of Property Act. Okay, now it's clear the liabilities of the lessee. Okay, student, I think lease chapter is over. We'll meet you again next chapter, a new class.